Fusion University has been dominating Overwatch contenders since its very existence. Not only have they won all 3 contender seasons, they've done it while being undefeated, going 24-0 in their matches. As you watch Fusion University in action, you start to realize how methodical and innovative they are when it comes to strategy. This was exemplified in the finals against Atlanta Academy on Fusion's Point A Hanamura take. Fusion University completely countered and outplayed Atlanta's May Bastion defense strategy, and in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how they did it. So let's look at Fusion University's comp as they start as the attackers. Let's start with Elk on Symmetra. Symmetra has the ability to place a teleporter down, and there are 2 reasons why Elk would want to use the teleporter. The first reason is a method of precaution, and let me explain. Throughout contenders, Atlanta Academy has been known to be super aggressive, where they do surprise attacks and ambush teams from the moment they leave their spawn. Atlanta is so aggressive that they even push up to the spawn door as the defense. Now, if Elk is on Symmetra and Atlanta is hiding, ready to attack the spawn, Elk can place a teleporter down instantly and teleport the team to high ground where Atlanta cannot touch them. This would outplay an aggressive defense if Atlanta chose the strategic approach. The second reason why Elk is on Symmetra is to teleport Alarm up top to the high ground instead of having him walk up there. It's just a matter of saving time, especially as time is a very valuable commodity in Overwatch since you need to do things faster than the opposing team. Snillo is on Hanzo here, and the reason he's playing Hanzo is specifically for information which he receives through his Sonic Arrow. All of this was sort of the pre-plan to the actual plan by Fusion University. They just wanted to make sure Atlanta wouldn't catch them off guard and throw a curveball at them like a surprise ambush. Once Fusion University realizes they are on the May Bastion strategy, they have their set comp to counter the strategy, which is Sombra, Genji, Hammond, D.Va, Zenyatta, and Ana. Now the strategy is initiated when Nice dashes into the room on the right, and he does this so fast Atlanta has no time to react to it. Nice knows that all 6 players are playing on top of the ledge together, so dashing in that room would be free, and Atlanta has no other choice but to ignore the Genji since they cannot chase him. Alarm also provides a distraction, making it easy for Nice to dash in, and the distraction is his constant poking from high ground. Another thing that's important to notice is Elk, who is playing Ana at this moment, is moving his way up to high ground to join Alarm. And this is important because Elk will remain in the best position possible throughout the entire fight, and that position is high ground. On high ground, Elk has line of sight and vision of the whole point regardless if the May wall goes up, and this is what makes the spot so good. This guarantees that he hits heals on his tanks or even does damage if the enemies try to contest point. Now the second part of the initiation is the push by Hammond and also Sombra in her invisibility. The main tank Chansik will be a big target for Bastion, and this is why he'll need to be pocketed with Ana heals in order to survive. Now as for Sombra, when she pushes quickly through the choke, Bernard will use his D.Va Matrix to make sure and guarantee Snillo takes no damage and doesn't become detected. The execution happens flawlessly as Chansik does take a lot of damage as expected, but he positions himself in a corner where he's safe and has line of sight with his healer, which is how he heals up back to full, and Snillo enters the choke without any issues. So at this point, half of Fusion have passed through the choke, and Atlanta has done nothing to stop them. They're not even able to use their May walls effectively at all. They haven't even used a May wall yet. Chansik starts to cap some points, which puts pressure on Atlanta to contest the point before Fusion gets any ticks. So what happens is Atlanta sends Hawk to contest the point because as a D.Va, Hawk has a matrix so he could buy time on the point, and also he's mobile so he could fly back on the ledge if he starts getting low. Now here's the only problem. Fusion University have already trapped Atlanta Academy because they have them sandwiched on both sides. This is what I call a textbook crossfire with Elk, Alarm, and Bernard at the choke, and Chansik, Snillo, and Nice on the point. Even though Hawk tries to contest the point, after 1 second he's forced to get off the point because he's already so low. Even though he has a Diva Matrix, the Matrix can only cover the north side, which leaves his south side exposed, and Elk and Alarm take advantage of that by discording him and getting him really low with their damage. The pressure is really starting to get to Atlanta because Fusion just got their first tick. So Atlanta tries a new strategy. Instead of Hawk contesting the point, they're going to send Ajax as well, who's playing Brigida, just to add some presence on point and to give Hawk some support for the contests. However, the same thing happens with Hawk as he gets to one shot again from the beautiful focus fire from Fusion's backline, who remain at the choke, and Hawk is forced to fly back up to the ledge. Now this is a really bad mistake because Ajax does not have the same luxury of flying back up to the ledge. He's completely stuck on the ground, and even though he has a shield, the same thing that applies to Hawk's Matrix applies to him. The shield only covers one side. Elk takes this window of opportunity by landing an extremely well placed biotic grenade and finishing him with his sniper shots. Once Ajax falls, this is the beginning of the end for Atlanta. Before Ajax dies, Dogman does land a really good sleep on Genji, but Genji is on the roof and the only person who's mobile enough to reach there at that point is Hawk. As Hawk hears the call that Dogman makes, he tries to fly up there and kill the Genji, but the backup from Bernard is steadfast as he does all he can to protect his teammate, forcing Hawk to retreat. With Ajax dead, being surrounded by all angles, and giving up 2 ticks already, Atlanta tries to make a desperate attempt to reform at the corner of the point. Dogman gets his nano and uses it on Bastion in hopes of a miracle. However, Fusion plays it well and gets out of Bastion's FOV, so he really doesn't have a clear target to shoot at. Being down a player and the lines broken, Snillo is able to get a free hack on Bastion, who's the main source of damage for Atlanta. Now it's Fusion's turn to use their nano, and Elk uses it on none other than the classic Genji blade. Neist makes sure he puts the nano to good use, killing 2 with his blade, and that's all she wrote. Fusion really demonstrated their patience and their strategic genius in this play, which also resonated throughout the rest of the series. Fusion University's strategy is a big part of why they've been so dominant and plays a big role in all 3 contenders' titles they've been able to win. If you guys enjoyed this analysis video, please give me a like and subscribe to this channel for similar Overwatch content. My name is Motorius, and this video is brought to you by ESTNN.